Most people want success, but very few people actually achieve it. Why is that? Because most people don't do the 5 steps that it takes to make success inevitable. There's 5 steps that make success inevitable. And if you stick around to the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what separates successful people from the people who never really got to reach their full potential. Rule number 1 is going to be take full ownership over your life. The hard truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is just going to randomly hand you success. And once you realize that your future is in your own hands and it's your own responsibility, the way you start to perceive it is going to be completely different. Successful people don't waste time blaming other people, blaming circumstances. Successful people own every decision, every failure, and every result, and every mistake. And they take it and deal with it, and they own it. For example, imagine there's 2 employees, right? And they both lost their jobs. One of them is going to sit there and complain, talking about the economy or the job itself, and the other person is going to adapt to their environment and start learning new skills, start networking, start going out there to look for new jobs. Which one of them do you think is going to be more successful? The ones that's blaming that job, blaming the economy, or the one that's actually learning a new skill, learning to provide more value to the next job that they get? That way they're not laid off again. So stop waiting for the perfect conditions and stop blaming everybody but yourself. Take control of your life. Go ahead and start right now. Number 2 is going to be master self-discipline. A lot of y'all are not going to like what I have to say. Motivation is not real. Motivation is not true. Motivation is not what makes you successful. It's discipline. Successful people don't wake up every morning and say, oh, I want to go to the gym. Oh, I want to go answer my emails. Oh, I want to go work. People don't do that. I'm sure all the millionaires and billionaires or people with status, it doesn't matter what they're successful in. Whatever they're successful in, I'm sure when they wake up, they would like some extra sleep. I'm sure they would like to eat a little bit extra food. I'm sure they would like to have a little bit more rest, work a little less hard. But they don't. It's called discipline. It's not called motivation. Just because you're motivated doesn't mean you would do it every day. You might be motivated right now. You might wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and do some push-ups and say you're going to change your life. But are you going to be disciplined to do something every day to make a change? Success isn't about feeling like doing the work. It's about doing it anyway, no matter how you feel. Discipline means showing up even when you don't feel like it. For example, just think about a CEO or a college football player, NFL football player, major league anything. You think they want to go to practice every day? You think they want to wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. every day to go on a 3-4 mile run, then go do conditioning, then go train? Then do you think they want to do that every day? Or do you think they're disciplined because they want to keep and earn more success? So what I recommend is the 5-second rule. Whenever there's something that you don't want to do but you know you should, just get up and do it within 5 seconds. You know why? Your brain will try to talk you out of it. Your brain will try to say, oh, you can do it tomorrow. You can do it in a few hours. You can wait just a few more minutes. You can just sleep. You can just skip one day. You can just eat that one extra meal. Use a 5-second rule. Just get up within 5 seconds and start before you let your brain talk you out of it. Speaking of self-discipline, if you're interested in improving your life, could you please go ahead and leave a subscribe on this video? It pushes this video out to more people just like you who want to change and fix your life and reach success in 2025. So make sure you do that. It's going to help me out a lot and I really appreciate it. But let's get right back into it. Rule number 3 is going to be ruthlessly guard your environment. Your environment is shaping you more than you realize. And it's either helping you grow or helping you fail. Who you spend the most time with, the habits that you do the most, and the content that you watch are direct results of your success. It's going to determine exactly how far you go if you get stuck. For example, if you hang out with 5 lazy people, who do you think the 6th one is going to be? But if you hang out with 5 ambitious, successful driven people who just want to go as far as possible, that's what becomes normal to you, that ambition. So do a life audit. Write down all your hobbies. Write down the content you watch the most. And write down the 5 people you spend the most time with. And when you write down those 5 people you spend the most time with, write down some qualities about them. Write down how hard of a worker they are and determine if you really are hanging around the right people. Once you face your environment, the next step is learning the skill that every successful person has mastered. Rule number 4, learn how to sell. You might not think you're in sales, but the truth is, you are. Everyone is. Whether it's selling a product, an idea, or even selling yourself in a relationship, you need to learn how to present, you need to learn how to be confident, you need to learn how to sell yourself to everyone. Steve Jobs wasn't the best engineer, but he knew how to sell his vision. That's what made Apple a $1 trillion company. Start by improving your communication skills, talking to people more often. Then storytelling, move on to storytelling. Then you can start learning psychology and persuasion. And always focus the most on what could add values to other people's lives. That is the way you sell yourself. Always add value. But none of this matters if you ignore the final rule, because without it, success is only temporary. Rule number 5 is going to be play the long game. Most people quit too soon. That's why they fail. True success takes time. Overnight success is just a myth. If something looks like overnight success, that's just what it looks like on the outside. But behind it, I guarantee you, it took years of hard work, effort, dedication, and discipline for them to get where they are today. For example, I know you have a lot of favorite YouTubers, right? And you might see they have 1 million, 2 million subscribers. But if you go to their channel, they've been posting for 12 years, 13 years, 14 years. Or business owners. Yeah, someone might have just blown up now, but they've been in business since, 2012, 2008. People have been doing stuff for a long time before you realize who they actually are. So when you think success was overnight, just remember, it probably did take way longer than you thought it did. So think in years, not just months. Think years ahead of time. You don't got to think decades, but think, what could I do? What could I prepare for that in 5 years, 10 years will ensure that I'm taking the right steps and I'm reaching the milestones that I set for myself. And not only does the long game help you reach success, it helps you keep it. Because yes, you can go out there right now and make a whole bunch of money. You can go out there right now and do something to get status. But how are you going to maintain that growth? How are you going to maintain that money? Maintain that success? You got to find a way to not only get it, but also maintain it. And that's where thinking in decades come in. All right, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, what steps are going to be in place? What boundaries are going to be in place that achieve you still stay on that same level? If not, keep improving for the rest of your life. Commit to small, essential actions that add up over time, that increase your value as a person. If you've made it this far, that tells me you're serious about growth. I drop videos every week, multiple times a week, that will help you grow, help you learn, and help you improve yourself as a person. So you might want to subscribe so you don't skip the next video. Success isn't luck. It's about having the right ideas, the right mindset, putting in the work, and just having the discipline to go out there and do what other people don't want to do. Apply these 5 rules to your life consistently, and you won't just hope for success. You ensure it.